Well, hello friends, how are you doing? This is Chris Sanders. I'm out on the sea, and I've got a little update for you because being on the coast and out, I'm kind of first to experience some things, so I kind of want to bring those to your attention. Um, we have 7 volcanoes that are going off right now, and there's something you should probably be concerned about because of how it could be affecting your health right now in the United States. Or in various other parts of the world. And I'm going to show you hands-on exactly what I mean by that here in just a second. Let's start off though with what volcanoes are going off in the world today. We have 7 of them that are spewing a lot of pyroclastic ash right into the air. The first one is Volcano Fuego in Guatemala, and it's been kicking up a lot of stuff. Now, you're only going to have breathing problems if you're probably going to be in the Caribbean or somewhere where this is going to go blow into. Next one, number 2, is Volcano, and it's Darwin, Galapagos, out in that area. Again, understand the tension's kind of the same. Next one I'm going to tell you about, number 3, is a major one, and I'm going to get back to it a couple of times, but it's Volcano Agung, and it's in Bali. They just evacuated 120,000 people. It's the reason why we're getting a lot of dust even here in California at this present moment. It has released that much stuff into the air, and I'm going to talk about it and its history and what it did about 73,000 years ago when it created a 6-year ice age. And that's with like Topo and Toba. But Toba, Indonesia, that area, very close to the Nagong. These areas we need to be very concerned with the powerful magma chamber that's underneath the ground there, which is just as powerful as Yellowstone. Next one we have Reventador, and it is in Ecuador. It's going off too, and usually goes off, so it's not a lot of new news. Sinabung is going off in Indonesia. Now, reason why, again, this is a problem is because it's near Lake Toba, which is that super volcano that pretty much extincted mankind. A lot of people will debate me on this, and you're more than free and welcome to, because none of us were here 73,000 years ago. But in my oil and gas explorations, it's obvious that there was a major cataclysmical event that was about 73,000 years ago, and most of this ash came from this volcano, which covered all of China, and it pretty much ended all the life there because everything suffocated except with the people that were able to get in the caves. This is probably, in my opinion, the most fearsome volcano that we have to worry about in the world, not Yellowstone. Other people will debate me and say that Campi in Italy is the most dangerous, and granted, because there's a lot of people living around it, I'll agree with you there. But as far as how much dust a volcano kicked out before, like I said, this last one was not that long ago, 73,000 years ago. I mean, you look at Yellowstone, we have 640,000 years, and it's steadily giving its signs, but yet I'm not saying don't pay attention to it, because when any of these things do go off, it's suffocation that we have to worry about more than anything else. So, not like getting burned alive, but literally just by having something coat inside of your lungs and making it to where you can't breathe, you suffocate. It literally becomes like a cement inside of your lungs, and that's what brings me to today. So I want you to check out something here that was left on the sailboat. I don't know if you can see this. So we're going to come out here, and this is the side of it. Now, this is just the side of the boat, but we have, it was cleaned within a week. So if this was like from a refinery, right, it would be oily. But see, look at all of it. And there's a lot of it here, folks. This is all volcanic ash. And a way you can tell is it's crystally. It looks like glass, like black glass, and there's so much of it here. So a lot of people in the United States right now are probably thinking that they have a bronchitis or asthma. My asthma is going off, but And here the trains going on. Of course, there's pollution and all, but yeah, this isn't smog. This is actually volcanic ash that's being kicked out, and it's being kicked out from Agung and Bali, and through the jet stream, it is making its way out here into California. So imagine, you see this, and I'll rub my finger on it some more, but this was just in a deposit of 2 days. So let's see here if the camera can get this again. But see that line of dust? Yeah, that's what we're breathing. So it's a shame that we have North Korea and all that happening today, when there are many issues that we could be addressing, and one of them is to pay attention about just the signs that are happening here on the earth. Sinabung in Indonesia is going off. Sabancaya in Peru is going off. Now, there are basically 8 ones going off. Mexico, too, its super volcano is burping, I should say, Popocatépetl. Now let's go over the 8 super volcanoes in the world. This might be interesting for some people. Let's start off with Yellowstone. 640,000 years ago. And again, if it goes off, our main problem is, in my opinion, just dust and breathing. Number 2, Lake Toba, Indonesia. Well, this is why I'm bringing this up, because a gong is going off, and it's very close in the same system. If this thing goes off, I'm trying to get even society to prepare for this, but we need, ways in which you can go in and breathe. But then last time this thing went off, folks, I mean, we were in a 6-year instant ice age. And I'm not talking about, you got time to prepare for this. I'm talking biblical blink of an eye type stuff. And then before you know it, this earth is dark and it's cold and there's not much air to breathe. So if there's other scientists out there, we have sustainable angels, but Elon Musk, anybody else that has it, we need subterranean answers to where we can even go off the hydrogen power and off the oxygen power when we're subterranean. Because like I said, this last episode was a 6-year episode, and just about everything died. It's like the earth hitting a recycle button. Topo, New Zealand, number 3. Camp Fligre in Italy, number 4. Long Valley, Caldera in California. There's one right here. And the magma's still there, but the pressure's not that great. However, the San Andreas plate is pushing up into it, so that could create some pressure. The dangers about these are where they're geographically located, because the jet stream travels east. So in California's case and in Yellowstone's case, the danger is the fact that this dust can, it's going to go directly over the United States of America. The Valles Caldera in New Mexico, we drive over it all the time, Highway 380 out there, and up in north towards Raton. The whole thing is a magma chamber just sitting there. But it's a super volcano. And then in Japan, they have the Arya caldera, and that's number 8. Granted, these are just calderas based off their size. And again, the reason why I'm bringing up this whole update for you today is because a gong is going off. 120,000 people were evacuated, and as soon as that air came over here, it dropped a lot of dust. Volcanic ash dust here in the United States, and for the people that are not being brought to light on it, the only thing that they're going to know is that they're sick, or that they have a breathing problem, or they think they have tuberculosis or mono, or whatever the case may be. But this will really wear you down, because it's almost like breathing in glass. So just go inside for the next couple of days, or wear something. You can kind of feel how, or listen to my voice and how I sound, and that's partially the reason why I'm doing this live presentation, is just because this air is moving from the west to the east, and if it's dumping this much stuff out in California, well, it's going to hit the rest of the United States too. Until then, I'm Chris Sanders, and thanks for listening to my volcano update. I hope on other news fronts that I don't know how Trump is going to respond to Kim Jong-il, because he just went to Asia and then the guy just shot off another ICBM missile. So if it's not volcanoes, it's missiles. And maybe the best thing is just ignore everything and go sailing, or, just play with your dog. Anyway, it's been good talking to you, and I'll talk to you next time.